What's going on, everybody? Another episode of 4x4 Camping and Adventures. Today we're doing a bit of an unboxing. So I got in touch with the guys at Super Cheap again, and I want to do my tray video. So I wanted to reset up my whole tray, and we came up to the conclusion of why don't we run a new fridge slide, the drawers, and I'm going to obviously build all that. And they sort of came up with the idea of why don't you test out this new product that they've came out with. And it's pretty unique to the market, so I've actually gone out and had a look, and I haven't actually seen another fridge that has this similar setup with the actual drawer system. So it's pretty unique and pretty cool. So I'm pretty keen to see how all that works and how that works camping. So if you're not aware of the brand, obviously Ridge Ryder do fridges, and they do a whole bunch of other forward driving stuff. This fridge here is a 63 litre, just a single cool zone, so it's not fridge and freezer, it's just a fridge or a freezer. But obviously you've got the ability to put 24 cans into the drawer here, which is pretty cool. And it's obviously got a compressor, and the internals and all that kind of thing are done by Evercool. So you can actually, and I've checked up on this, you can actually take these to any Evercool service agent in Australia and get them repaired. Even though it's a Ridge Ryder, it's got the Evercool logo on there as well. So they're happy to help out, and I've checked with that and got emails and all that good stuff. So let's get into it, unbox it, see what's the go is, and then we'll get into a little bit more info about the tray setup. You can see I'm an unboxing professional because I'm using my keys and not my special knife. Foam back in the vehicle because I don't want to fly all over the place. So that's him. Sturdy case, all metal. Some tie down points, fantastic. 4 of those, which is pretty standard. These latches. Little arms to stop it from flapping all over the place. Beauty. Alright, well let's have a look at it and see what the go is. Alright guys, so as you're aware, this is your main compartment, obviously with a removable basket. Cool thing about this is you've got the drawer, but you do have these 2 little flaps, so you can get to your beverages. Or you can remove the entire thing completely and clean this out, because obviously they do get a bit gunky and that kind of thing. It's a 63 litre capacity. I believe the main little fridge down the bottom there is about 20 litres, but it holds, as I said, 20 or so cans. It does use a seal type system, so it's not like the Waco where it's actually, which is what I'm going to compare it to, right, because I've got one of those, which is obviously like a pinch seal type system. But everything seems pretty solid. Nothing sort of seems, cheap and nasty. It's got some really good insulation here, which is all sealed up nicely. But I'm really curious about that drawer. LED lighting for illuminating when it's at night time, but I'm more keen about that drawer because that's a cool little feature. It's got a full temperature control system. With this one, you do have a turbo button as well if you want to get to a colder temperature quicker. And obviously it's got a warning light on there to obviously let you know if the machine's obviously faulty or broken, or if the unit's actually not getting enough power and all that kind of thing, because it has got a low power cutout, so we'll obviously let you know. Obviously there's a handle down here which I need to put on, but there's 4 screws, so that's pretty standard stuff. And then obviously we have this fridge slide down the bottom here. So yeah, it's pretty similar setup to what I've got now with this whole setup here without the turbo button. That's pretty interesting. So I'm thinking when you've just put all the food in the camp, or you've done a couple of opens obviously of the fridge and you want to get it back to temperature really quickly, you can obviously use that. Or if you put some warmer type food in there, obviously you can press that and obviously get to temperature nice and quickly. So yeah, interesting to see how that goes, how quick it makes it. Alright, magic moment. Press down to open the little latch there, then boom, here's your drawer. Now that is cool. They do give you all the bits. Obviously you get a 12 volt socket, connects into your car. There's actually a little ice cube box in there, that's pretty cool. What else do you get? Instruction manual, handle obviously. But you get your 12 volt socket, obviously that'll have a, I think it might have an inline fuser in it, I'll check that. Obviously you get your 240, obviously you can run this off the normal mains power. But even that, it's on rails. What is it self-closing? No, doesn't self-close. But beyond that, very happy, very cool. Just this, I mean, this is a great idea. Want a beer? No dramas at all. Or you can be like, nah, need to cook up a feed, and still get a beer. So you just got the best of both worlds. Finish is good. Even this has been in the sun for probably about 10 minutes now. It's not even getting too warm, so the actual finish is quite good at reflecting heat. Very good. Alright guys, so I told you I wanted to talk about the drawers. So the previous setup was, well, it did work. There was a point where I was getting to, it needed to evolve. So the way I set it up 2 years ago when I originally set it up worked for me then, but I don't think it's going to work for me now with what I want to do with the car. So obviously the full tray is getting a full drawer system. There's 3 batteries that sorry, there's 2 batteries that are going to be mounted at the back. I've already got one in there, and this deep cycle Sentry is going to go in there as well, and this Caliber battery box that I've got. So I went and purchased one of these Caliber battery box. So you essentially put your battery in there. You can obviously hook up everything to here, so the solar panel is going to be hooked up to that. You can obviously test your actual battery, you know, how charged it is obviously on there. Doing it properly, twin sheath obviously, 6mm cable for the fridge coming from the secondary battery in the cabin. Sorry, in the engine bay. Obviously some Anderson plugs, we all need those. Fused line obviously for the fridge so it doesn't catch on fire. And some battery terminals. So these are obviously going to go onto this unit here. Now, depending how you do it, you can obviously just put a bolt on these. So just depending on how I'm going to do it, I'll probably put the terminals on because they're quite versatile, so I might just use them. And there is a fridge slide in there, but I'm not going to pull that out because that's going to be quite a bit of a fluffing around because the box got all damaged in transit. So the actual fridge slide is actually designed by Evercool, and it's designed for fridges like these. But the actual cool thing about the fridge slide is, or actually the bad thing about my Waco fridge slide, is it fitted from like a 40 to like a 70. So it was universal, but you couldn't adjust it to be smaller or bigger. It was just one size. So the problem I had is I had a 50 litre in there, which was great, but even with the tie down straps and that kind of thing, it would still move around a little bit in the fridge slide. So problem I was getting is the feet on it, they were wearing out because they were always moving, obviously corrugations, that kind of thing, so they were always moving. And yeah, it just wasn't right. So I said to the guys, the Super Chief, I said, look, is there a fridge slide that actually does compress? So the cool thing about this Evercool fridge slide, it actually compresses to the size of your fridge and essentially keeps it locked in place. So I'll go into a little bit of that when I do the drawers video, obviously, because that'll be all part of that. But essentially it's got 2 bars, and obviously it just goes from bigger to smaller, and it's lockable by 2 sections, so you can go 50% or 100%. So it's not just sort of all the way out or all the way in. So pretty cool to see how that goes. I'm going to mount that on top of the drawers and that kind of thing, but I think that would be much better than the Waco, because as much as I like the Waco fridge slide, you know, I bought the Waco fridge slide because it had a Waco, right? So I didn't want to swap brands or anything like that and, you know, go like a universal. So it did the job, but I'm just some long-term things. I did that video now I think like a year ago, and you know, I didn't really know too much about the actual fridge slide by then because I only had it for about 6 months or so. So yeah, it's a bit of an updated report on the Evakool fridge slide. They're good, but if you've got the bigger fridges, they're better. So if you've got the 60 litres, we're going to have a better fit in there, or even the 75, I think these go up to. So if you've got those bigger fridges, they are better. If you've got the smaller fridges, they don't work that well. So find a different fridge slide for your Evakool. But beyond that, I'm pretty keen to get into this this whole drawer setup. So as I said, it's just going to be a dual drawer system. It's going to have a compressor in the back, which I've already got now, but I'm just going to remount that onto the tray. So all the heavy stuff's going over the axle. It is going to be put on airbags as well, so there's going to be another conversation about airbags and all the rest of it, how to use them properly and what not to do so you don't start bending chassis. But it's obviously got a lift with 300 kilo rears, or constant leaf springs in the rear, so that should hold the weight quite nicely. If it gets a little bit of sag, obviously I'll pump those airbags up and adjust it as I need to. But the fridge slide from the Evakool is coming out. I'm going to put that in the camper trailer, and obviously I'm going to put the Evercool on this side and just sort of spread out the weight a bit more because I've got the awning and that kind of stuff on this side as well. And obviously the solar panels on the roof, so that's all ready to rock and roll. That should charge me up as I'm on the go. And yeah, we should be, well, the total amp hours of the car is going to be about 400. So it's going to have 4 batteries in here, 2 in the engine bay and 2 in the rear. One of them is dedicated purely for my camera equipment, and so obviously recharging that on the go and just recharging other things. There is going to be an inverter at some stage put in there as well, so I can run 240 items like chargers and laptops and that kind of stuff. So so when we, you know, or when I do go on those remote trips, you know, I can still have some things obviously to make life easier with the camera. I can download it to my laptop and that kind of stuff. But that is another episode of 4x4 Camping and Adventures. This fridge, first impressions, pretty damn cool. I'm absolutely loving this slide. I reckon that's the coolest thing to come out of a fridge for a long time. So I'll be putting some Great Northerns in there. Mr. Buckaroony, you can thank me for that one. And I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you later. Bye.